the thing that is dominating the sports world and all the headlines is Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow, he moves the needle. Literally everything this man does is headline news. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are expected to, it's not official yet, they're expected to sign Tebow to a 1-year contract to play tight end, a position that he's never played before ever. But he's like 6'3", like 230-ish. He's built like a tight end. I think he'll be fine at it. But I am now joined by the most foremost expert on tight ends, Colin Thompson. So, Colin, talk to me a little bit about what you thought when you saw Tebow tight end, and just like what do you think he'll be like as a tight end?
All right, so there's going to be a lot for people to grasp here, and this is something that's been near and dear to me in my heart and my passion of protecting Tim Tebow for years now. I'm going to just go pure numbers right now. Okay, so he's been out for what, 6 years?
He hasn't played since 2015 preseason.
Okay, right, that's quarterback. Okay, in that meantime, he was training unreal shape. We're going to start there. He's in unreal shape. He is probably a top 5 football player of all time. You can really make that debate. People say, he had a great team in Florida. Oh, he had all these players around him. Oh, he had Urban Meyer. Well, listen, the guy did it consistently. He was a splash of pan in the league, but he played for a lot of teams. He won some games. He played the toughest position in the world at the highest level in college football, and he did it at times in the NFL. He was asked to play tight end. It drove people crazy that he walked away. So at this point, I'm just stating some factual things. My opinion on it, I think it's a great move for a head coach that knows exactly what he's getting. The more I move up in this business, the more I'm around people in this business, whether I'm playing or not, people want to know exactly what they're getting and they can know how to handle it. That's it. You know exactly what you're getting with Tim Tebow. They know he's going to be the hardest working guy on the team. They know he's going to come early and stay late. They know he's going to be a leader. They know he's going to help bring the young guys along. They know he's going to help Trevor Lawrence. He's going to put people in the stands. It's Gator Nation down there. Everybody knows Tim Tebow or is a fan or hates him, which is great because it brings people and puts butts in the stands. It makes him the most talked about man in Florida, across the country. He is in unbelievable shape. He's so bought into diet in his body. And he lives in Jacksonville. And now he links up with Urban Meyer, who he played for, obviously, and is a big fan of, and they have a great relationship. And if you're Urban Meyer, why wouldn't you hire him to be your 3rd, 4th tight end, goal line quarterback, probably, and help bring in the culture, bring in exactly what you want to do. I've seen people say, this is craziness. He's been out for 6 years. Oh, it pays to know people. Absolutely, it does. But it is a no-brainer. If I was the head coach, I would bring him in. They already worked him out. It's not like they brought him in as a favor. This is a great athlete. That's a great person. That's going to help the building, probably speed up the process for Urban Meyer, who's trying to turn the building around to whatever he wants it to be. So I think it's a great move. I touched on what I think his role will be with them. He's going to be the 3rd, 4th H-back type tight end. He's not going to be the guy down the seam, in my opinion, like just blowing by people or catching jump balls. I think he's going to be the play action blocking guy, some fullback type stuff. He's going to be the Swiss Army knife for them. Kyle Juszczyk type situation, probably with the Niners. So H-back, people say that term. It's just a tight end fullback mixture. I do some of that as well, but Tim, he's a little bit smaller, moves better, but a great athlete, great hands. He's been playing professional sports. It's not like he's stopped and he's on the couch. This is a guy who went through the ranks of baseball, which is an extremely hard place to move through the ranks for, and got to AAA. He never got to the big leagues, but was a part of the big league club in spring training. And again, that person didn't play baseball all through college, other than going to some, random, I think, batting practices when he was at Florida. So I was a little bit rambling on. I've sent a bunch of texts to a bunch of people because they've reached out to me. What are your thoughts? This is stupid. This is great. Go Tebow. But it is a no-brainer. Why do people hate Tim Tebow? I don't get it. The guy continues to try to be the best at whatever he's doing. And he is. He does it. Now he gets another crack at the NFL. another year to get the pension a little beefier, another year to make a little bit more money. He's recently married. So good for Tim. Hope he does great. I was able to meet him a few times in Gainesville. He couldn't be more humble of a human being and a nice person. I'll never forget this. It was Florida State, 2013. I was just getting ruled medically ineligible, and I'm in the locker room, and the team went out for the game, and I was just about to walk out. He was in there and was just talking about his life, and he was just like, I'm just looking for a job. I was like, what? What are you looking for, Tim? He's like, just looking for a job, man. Like, just grinding, you know? I was like, you are the Mecca of University of Florida. Colin Coward today said that he's the biggest name in SEC history. And he said probably a coach, Bear Bryant, Nick Saban are right behind him. Not a player. He's like, Cam Newton was a one-year guy. I don't know if I agree. I'm sure there's somebody, I'm sure everyone's saying, whoa, Bo Jackson or whatever. But regardless, like I'm happy for Tim. It's almost like it's cool for me. I was able to meet him, follow what he did, obviously through Gainesville and Florida. I got the Gatorhead behind me again, but you know, I think it's a great signing. I think people that boo against it, I think you're talking about a pro athlete who's in fantastic shape. He's going to go in and be a Swiss Army knife for him and do everything. And honestly, there's a need for that in the league. There's a lot of guys that make a lot of money doing it. So sorry, Justin, I ran it on there a little bit. What are your thoughts on my rant?
A couple things. So you mentioned that you don't think Tim is going to be running down the seam. You think he's going to be like a hybrid guy. I'm looking at that tight end room they have. They have your old teammate Chris Manhertz.
I think top 3 blocking tight end in the NFL.
Right. So he's locked into that role. So I don't think they're going to have Tim throwing blocks on the seam. I don't think he's going to be out there I don't think he'd be out running with the running backs, throwing blocks that way. I think he's going to be the guy down the middle. He probably, I've seen videos of him catching. He's and then O'Shaughnessy is also there, but
he's a big blocker. He's
also a blocker.
He's been there a while. They're going to be able to run the ball this year with those 3.
Who's their pass catcher? Who's their pass catching tight end? It's going to be Tim Tebow.
Maybe it is Tim. Maybe it is. Listen, I don't know. I don't even know how to analyze it because he has never played tight end before. I know he's a great athlete. He does move well. Maybe he becomes that guy. He's got the build like a Dallas Clark. Dallas wasn't that big, but consistent. I mean, Tim could maybe dominate the middle of the field. Who knows? It's going to be fun. I think it's great. But honestly, I think the NFL is full of top-heavy tight ends, and there's a really good solid core, and then there's a drop-off.
I mean,
I'm trying to get it. There you go.
Tebow guy.
There you go. Justin just pulled up a signed baseball by Tebow for those listening on the podcast and not viewing. But I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. I just know that there's worse people you could sign. He's a great athlete. He's going to put butts in the seats. He's going to create conversation around your football team who's trying to get some good public buzz. And I don't think it's a I always struggle with that word.
Publicity?
Yeah. I'm just going to let you say it. Yeah.
You don't think it's a PR stunt?
I don't think it's a PR stunt. I don't. I think it's good. It's a win-win, but you're getting a great player, a great guy. I mean, this is a guy who literally won the Heisman, and he literally is in unreal shape and trains it. I follow on Instagram. The guy trains his ass off, and he's been playing another sport. It's not like he's been sitting on the couch. We're going to get into DK Metcalf here in a second, but he was at the top of his sport in college football, had a solid, okay NFL career. I would die for that career, by the way. And then he climbs the ladder of baseball for 5 years. Now he's back in the NFL. Who knows? He could be fine. He could be great. He's probably going to be a great special teams player. He's going to be a really good, close to your bottom of the roster guy. And I think everybody needs everybody dies for those type of players, but everyone just hears about the main guys. So, it's tough. It's tough to compete with the bottom of the roster guys. I've been one. I'm trying to stay one and then move up to the middle part, right? Just like everybody else.
Well, I just hope that we get to see a couple Tim Tebow jump passes, maybe a little goal line trickery. Maybe he could throw the ball a little bit and on a fake or something. I just want to see one Tebow touchdown pass.
What's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. And they're going to put Trevor Lawrence out there at the number 1 receiver spot. Watch Tim throw him a fade. I think it's a good move. I don't think anything could go wrong with it. I really don't. I just don't. Where's the negative? Okay. He doesn't make the team out of training camp. Okay.
Maybe, the detractors might say he might be a little bit of a distraction because let's say he isn't number 1 tight end. Let's say he's like the 3rd string guy playing special teams and you have the media circus show up every time he does anything.
And here's the other thing. people were worried about the Trevor Lawrence thing. I heard people debating that today. Like, the one thing they got to watch out for is the Tebow fans. That's what Cowherd said too, and I disagreed with. He's like, oh, the Tebow fans are going to be pushing for him to play quarterback. It's not happening. I think goal line quarterback's one thing, but Trevor Lawrence is a fantastic quarterback. I'm assuming with a young quarterback, they want to get him the reps or in a rebuild situation there. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. And people could tweet at me, whatever. I don't care. I know it's a hot topic for some people. Like, go home, Tim. I see all this stuff. I think you're all buffoons. I respect the guy who's grinding. He does things the right way. He's passionate about what he's passionate about. I don't know. Got to respect those people. Sorry for the rant, but nothing upsets me more than people saying that Tim should, take his ball and go home. Are you kidding me? You play till the wheels fall off, and then you cash in your last year. When you're a big guy like a Tim. Good for him. I hope he does great.